What's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Peasy again, and today I'm bringing you another review video of the GAMDIAS Aries P1 gaming keyboard. Mick at GAMDIAS, the guy that I've been in contact with, was nice enough to send me this with the hopes that I do a review about it. As always, pretty nice packaging. Feels like it's a lot of detail goes into the packaging, and that's something that I appreciate always. I've always appreciated it through everything they've sent me. Let me see. Hang on. Let me get something to cut this open with. No, that's not going to work. Ah. Scoot the microphone back a little bit. Oh. Boom. Right out of the box. Nothing else in the box. It's just a box. Let's see here. Just like the Hephaestus P1 headset, and very much like my keyboard that I have now, it has the braided cable. Impressive. A lot better than just something like this right here, you know. So shout out to them for that. Let me see here. Let me move my other keyboard out of the way. Oh, and there's a significant difference in the way the keys feel on this keyboard versus my Logitech keyboard that I've been using. Feels kind of good though. Pretty impressed with it. I shouldn't have thrown the box over there because it had all the perks on it. It does have the RGB lighting, up to 16.8 million different color combinations. It has a spill-resistant material underneath. That does not mean that you can dunk it in a bathtub and expect it to work. But if you are clumsy like me and you are drinking a bottle of water, you bump it and it falls over onto your keyboard. It's easily cleanable, I guess. Maybe not cleanable. Less likely to do permanent damage to your keyboard. It does have anti-ghosting, and it does have the in-key rollover perk, which, not going to lie, before I received this keyboard, I was not familiar with what that meant. And I'm going to try to give a brief description of what that means if you're new to PC peripherals or gaming keyboards or whatever. Essentially, the anti-ghosting is where on some keyboards the computer can only read a certain amount of key combinations at the same time. If I'm not mistaken, this one has a 26 key rollover. So if I'm understanding that correctly, that means you can hit 26 keys at the same time and the computer will process it. Let me make sure. Let's see. I know I read it on here somewhere. Maybe it was in their little booklet that they sent me that I read it. Got a 10 million 10 million keystroke cycle. That means you can hit these keys 10 million times before they are rated to go bad. Jesus, why was that so hard to say? Oh, and the braided cable for the cable is 6 feet long. It gives you plenty of length. Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, it does have a 26 key rollover, and you can see right there. You probably can't see it because my camera is not that good of quality. Just trust me when I say that says 26 key rollover. I'm excited to play it. Got customizable lighting effects. 8 multimedia controls. Let's play some games with this thing. Alright, so now we're going to jump into a game of Blackout and give this new keyboard a try, see how it feels. Noticeable difference for what I'm used to are obviously the keys are lower, as well as I'm used to on my old keyboard. There's a wrist piece that goes right here, and I know GAMDIAS does have some keyboards that have that option available. This one obviously does not, and that's not a knock on this keyboard. Just something to adjust to, something minor, but it's an adjustment nonetheless. All right, let's go. The keys feel a little softer to hit than my standard keyboard, which is kind of nice. It feels like the keys are easier to press.
Blackout. Consider all contacts hostile.
This is Griffin 4-3. We're on station. Drop mission is go.
Sit rep. Potential collapse detected. Relocation to indicated safe zone is advised. Net call. Supply drop incoming. Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety. advised.
as far
Further
as
collapse
playing with it,
expected.
it feels
Relocate
great.
to safe zone. Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety. Net call. Supply drop incoming. Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone. collapse imminent. Get to safety.
And it works like that sometimes. But had a good game, got some good shots. The buttons feel really smooth. Honestly, I'm impressed with it. I really, really like it. As far as the actual piece of gear itself, the only thing I would change is the enter button. Instead of being that inverted L shape, being just a, you know, like a 2-key sized solid button. Other than that, though, I like how easy the keys are to hit. You know, it's very smooth, not too loud. It's significantly quieter than my previous keyboard, which is a good thing. I have been told that I type really loudly because whenever I type, I know I have a tendency to hit the keys kind of hard. So the fact that this keyboard is a little bit smoother, a little bit quieter is a big plus for me, and I'm really satisfied with how that turned out. But yeah, the playability of it's great. It looks great. It feels like it's of good quality. Like I said, it's got the braided cable. It doesn't feel cheap. You know, it doesn't feel like it's going to pop apart on you real easily or anything like that. So overall, I'd give it probably a 9 out of 10 as far as how easy it is to use, how good it feels to use, and the aesthetics of it. I think it's a really good looking keyboard. So like I said, aesthetically and as far as how good it feels to use, I give the Aries P1 a 9 out of 10. Only reason I've never reviewed anything that I've given a 10 out of 10 because there's always something that I feel like could be changed to make it better for me personally, because I'm super picky. The only knocks that I had against the keyboard, and these may be petty, and in your opinion they may not be a big enough deal to give it a 9, but to give it a 10. The enter key to me is a big deal because I don't like having to reach that much further for the enter button. I know that's not a big deal to most people. It is to me. Realistically, that's all that I had against it. I would like to continue using the keyboard that has the wrist rest on it. I don't know if I can take that off of my keyboard and put it on here, or if I can make something to make that work. But that is also not GAMDIAS' fault, because they do offer a keyboard that has the wrist rest. It's just something that I'm used to that I will have to either get over or find a solution. So I'm not knocking them on that. The only thing that I could really find that most keyboards that I've used in the past have had that this one does not, is that horizontal enter key. So like I said, other than that, 9 out of 10, very satisfied with this product. I feel like you would be too. The price point on it is very reasonable. If I'm not mistaken, it's something like $35. Actually, let me see. Hang on. It is $49.99 on GAMDIAS' website. You might be able to find it on other like third-party sites like Newegg or Amazon for less. But still, even $49.99 for this keyboard is not, I feel like, a bad price point. It's definitely worth that amount of money. Yeah, I mean, like I said, overall, very solid keyboard. Probably one of the better $50 keyboards I would imagine that you could get your hands on. So if you're interested, I will drop a link to GAMDIAS' website down below. If you want to check those out further, they've got a huge assortment of mice and keyboards and headsets and things like that. Like obviously in my previous video, I showed off the GAMDIAS Eros E3 or something, Eros something. I don't remember exactly the model of it. That I've been satisfied with. The next P1 mousepad I've been satisfied with. I do also want to make it a point to say that GAMDIAS has not paid me. I've not been compensated monetarily for reviewing their products, so it is an unbiased standpoint. I genuinely, so far, out of all the products that I've tested, the Aries P1, the Eros is the next P1, and the Hephaestus P1, I believe, headset that I am also giving away. I'll leave a link to that down below. Out of everything that I've tested, I've had great success with. I've really enjoyed using all of them. So, like I said, I will leave a link to the website for them in the description below. So, also be sure to follow me on Twitter, sub to the YouTube, follow me on Twitch. Twitch is where that's where I mainly put out my content at, with like weekly or bi-weekly YouTube uploads, just depending on what it is, what the content is, will determine the frequency of it. But that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. Like I said, be sure to drop a thumbs up or subscribe to the video if you enjoyed it or if you found it helpful. And I will see you guys in the next one.